on YouTube. Yes, that's snapper in my hand. What am I going to be doing with that today? It's going to be something special, something different, something that I don't usually do, but I wanted to share with y'all. Make sure you smash that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button with the bell notification to get my recent uploads, and check out my channel. It's really good. So today we are going to be making some ceviche. It's a little bit different from what I've been usually doing. I've been doing a lot of smoking meats, and you'll be seeing a card come up here of one of my recent smokes, and then you'll see multiple other cards throughout the rest of the video. But this one today is ceviche. So we came back from South Padre. I saw some ceviche down there. We really loved it. Really good tasting ceviche, so I decided, you know what, I need to learn how to make this at home. So that's what I did. I learned, found out that, you know, you got to get a really good fish, and you definitely need a better fillet knife, because the knife I have is terrible. It needs to be sharpened, which I'm not good at. You'll see me try to sharpen it every once in a while here throughout the making of the ceviche, but man, you need a better knife than this. Besides that, I was able to get the job done. It did come out delicious, and you'll see how I get this done throughout the time. I'm trying to get some nice cubed pieces of the fish here, so that it's nice chunky meat when you go and you dip your tortilla chip in there, and you have with all the veggies in there and the lime juice and everything. So initially the pieces were a little too big. So later on I reached in there, pulled some of the pieces out, and I was able to chop them down into smaller squares. Now again, the point with a sharper knife is it cuts the fish easier, obviously, and it would be a cleaner cut. I would say for this ceviche it got almost not so much chunky but choppy, because the knife wasn't getting sharpened properly. And once I'm able to get something that I can sharpen a little bit better, or just get a better knife, then I'll definitely post another video of some ceviche making. But ceviche is it's kind of scary. I mean, for a first time doing this, because you're like, man, what do I do? How long do I let it sit in the lime juice? So for me, guys, I let it sit in the lime juice for 45 minutes to about an hour. This was on a Google search. I was able to find the recipe for some ceviche, and that was the recommendation for it being in the lime juice. So up here you'll see a card pop up for another cook that I have. Make sure y'all check that out, and then again, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell for some notifications on my next cooks or anything that I like to do, that I hope that y'all are enjoying watching as well. And that smash that like button as well, okay? So anyway, so this is actually the second fillet of snapper that I bought. So was this ceviche affordable? No, not really. In a way, it was like $26 for the fish along with all the veggies. So we're looking about a $30 dish here. But it did last me for roughly 2 days, and it's okay. You can have it last you for 2 days because it's sitting in that lime juice. It's well preserved. It's really good. Just get some tortilla chips and go at it. I mean, it turned out great. This was alongside of some homemade chili that I made, which I know doesn't really make sense, but I just wanted it as a good appetizer. So yeah, I mean, we just got back from South Padre, and you know, we had some ceviche down there, and I just really wanted a good way to make some homemade ceviche for my wife and for myself, and see if I could really do this on my own. So next up here, I'm going to be getting some lime juice out of about 12 limes, which ended up giving me just about a cup of lime juice for the ceviche. Again, I looked this up on Google, was able to find that kind of recipe out for it. Basically, what you're going to do with this lime juice is pour it into the fish to kind of cook it. You leave it in there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it cooks the fish for you, so that then you can add all the vegetables and everything. I went ahead and mixed the vegetables in, which you'll see later here, and you could see the change in the fish color. It goes from this little pink looking color here to like almost an off-white color, which kind of gives you the indication that the ceviche is done, or it's getting cooked. And so yeah, I mean, I squeezed it all out here. I was looking for a juicer at the stores, but for some reason I could not find one. Might be due to the times right now. It's just not being supplied because it's not an essential product. But I really tried to find a juicer so I didn't have to squeeze them like this. But I was able to get a good amount of juice out of here. Like I said, about a cup from all these limes. And I was able to pour that into the ceviche and cook the fish properly. And yeah, I mean, on top of the vegetables that you'll see here in a minute, which is a red onion, a tomato, and some cilantro, I also put some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder in there. I also put some minced garlic in there just to add a little bit of touch, a little bit of my own flair to it. We are a family that enjoys the taste of garlic, and minced garlic added to it was actually a nice touch. I mean, you could barely taste the garlic in the product. I mean, in the end product, it was just great. So here I am showing you about a cup of lime juice. I just poured it in. On top of this is where I squeezed like 2 more limes in there to where I got just a little over a cup. But yeah, just poured it in, mixed it around, made sure every piece was soaked in the lime juice, and then went to the process of getting the veggies all chopped up and put into the mix. So then here we are chopping up the onion, or getting ready to chop up the onion. You can see I put black pepper in there. It's ground fresh black pepper along with some salt and some garlic powder. I put that in there already, but here we are getting ready to chop up the red onion. As you can see, just cut off the top here, peeled the outside layer, and I just hand chopped this. I didn't want to put it in my chopper because I didn't want it to be fine. I wanted it to be nice, good pieces of red onion in there so you could get the flavor of the red onion along with the flavor of the fish and the flavor of every other vegetable. So you can see the fish here is already kind of cooking. You could tell, you know, it's already changing from that pink color to a white color. I should have got a better picture for y'all. I apologize for that, but you'll see the end product here in a little bit, and you'll see how the fish color has changed. So yeah, so get a nice chop of the onions, and then later here you're gonna see some tomatoes added to it. My wife was able to chop that up for me too. Again, that's another vegetable that I wanted to be chunky in there. I wanted it to be hand chopped and not tossed into my little processor, so those veggies are tasted really well in the mix. So then later I did cilantro. I chopped it up by hand first, and then I put it in my Ninja chopper so that I can get it to like fine pieces of cilantro, so it could mix in really well with the lime juice, the fish, the onions, tomatoes, salt, pepper, and the garlic powder. I'm just hitting you with those ingredients so that you understand what to try to use, and that's what I did. I did use the stems as well as the leaves. I didn't just pull off the leaves and use the leaves. Me, personal preference, it adds more flavor to the cilantro, which I enjoy very much. So the Ninja chopper, I'll put a link in the description for you. I'll also put a link into the description for a ceviche recipe. You kind of make your own if you want, or you can go off with a recipe if you'd like. But I just went ahead and kind of did my own little version. So I chop up all the cilantro. It's a whole bundle of cilantro that you get from a grocery store. Very affordable, and I chop all that up and I put that in there and I make sure I mix it. I went ahead and mixed everything with a wooden spoon. Again, personal preference. You could use whatever type of spoon you want. I just had a wooden spoon that was just the right size for it. So here we are with the final product. Really nice, really good looking. You can see the different color of the fish. The onions are in there, tomatoes, cilantro, all the seasonings, even the minced garlic's mixed in there. So this is before the 45 minutes. You can see you can still see the change in the color of the fish. And then here's a picture of after about 45 minutes where I'm getting ready to sample this. I want to say for sure I went about 50 to an hour before I tried it, just to make sure that the fish was cooked enough in the lime juice. It won't be cooked fully, but it'll be cooked enough. And here I am doing a taste test for y'all with some tortilla chips. I kept breaking the tortilla chip, but got a nice taste test. So make sure you hit that like button for me. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for some more notifications of my videos, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all stay blessed.